If you can see my screen, if you can see my screen, please respond in the chat box. Okay. Like I was saying, I've already explained all this, so I'm just going to break down what I've been explaining all this while. Like I was saying, the first thing you do when you come to the market is, number one, you get the overall market direction. What is the market doing? Look at this. See my markup. This has been my markup for many months. And I gave this setup free of charge in the groups. Many people took it and they are winning now, free of charge. I gave it in the group. Now, as you can see, volatility 75 is an overall bullish market. Unarguably. Why? Because it has been buying. And you can see it is a trend. How do you know a bullish market? A bullish market is the combination of higher highs and higher lows. What are higher highs? Let me show you. Just look at my cursor. This first resistance is a higher high. Okay, this is a first resistance. This is a higher high. 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 This is a higher low. 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 You'll get this in my full course. You'll get more information about that in my full course. Now, this is the first step. What is the overall market direction? You can see that the overall market direction is what is bullish. Why? 2 days have gone. The buy has continued. Except you see snipers. 2 days have gone. The buy has been strong. Once you say that it is bullish, what do? You come to the step 2. Step 2. You come to lower time frame, H1 or M15. And what do? You draw your trend. Now, how do you draw your trend? Watch me. You draw your trend by connecting what? 2 or more higher highs and higher lows. That is how you draw your trend. Can you see? By connecting 2 or more higher highs and higher lows. This is M15. So those that are asking, how do you enter the market? This is how you enter. Can you see that on M15, the market is clearer? That is why I took my entry here. See my entry. That is why I took my entry here. Very clear. Because it is a trend. And it was easier for me. Very clear. And then he started buying. And I'm waiting for the next time this market, the candlesticks will bounce on this trend. So if you are looking to even re-enter again, you should only re-enter when the market touches this your trend again. If the market touches your trend again, that's another good opportunity to buy. This was yesterday. We bought yesterday. As you can see, this cursor is the beginning of another day. See, and then it started going up, and then it touched the place again, the area again. See, it touched it again. Here. It touched it here. Can you see? As a matter of fact, let me bust your head. It was from this place that those who withdrew $600 today entered. Let me bust your head. It was this entry that gave all those people that withdrew $600 today. It was this entry that they entered from. This entry that they entered from. Everybody that you see posting in the group that they withdrew this, many of them withdrew $600. It was from this entry that they entered from. Can you see the potential it has? Can you see how smooth trading can be? It has responded at it 2 times. You know that the next time it touches here, it is going to buy. Now, listen to me. This is another buy signal for you. The next time it touches the arrow, so I advise you all to better draw this trend now on your time frame. This is M5. The next time it touches the trend, you better rush in. Except it breaks and retest it downwards for a bearish pullback, then you can see that it is a sell. But when it touches the trend, do not hesitate. Fly inside. It's an overall bullish market. And the potential buyers, you can see on weekly time frame, this thing has the potential to get to this place, to the highest high, and break it because it's creating a trend. So we are looking to take profit at 1,100,000. That's where we are looking to take profit from. Can you see how simple trading can be? If you understand now, please put your response in the chat box. If you understand now, please put your response in the chat box. If you understand now, please put your responses in the chat box. Let me know if you are here. Okay. Now, let me rephrase. The first step I said, what did I say? You go to the overall time frame and check what the market is doing. Now, listen to me. It's not too late to enter volatility. Now, listen to me. When price started dropping from here around March, around February, March, April, from here, when price started dropping, I already knew that it was going to this trend line. I already knew. So when I tell you I saw it 5 months ago, I'm not joking. Price started dropping from this point. I took the sell, but I closed it at some point. I closed it. 0.01 gave me about $3,500. 0.01, one position. So I'm telling you the potential this buy can give you. Even a 0.001, the lowest lot size, will give you at least $500. Over the night, it has already given $67, 0.001, lowest lot size. So imagine what it will give you before it gets to that point at TP. At least $500. Now listen to me. As price is dropping, when price was dropping, I employed my strategy. What's my strategy? First step, I get to the overall time frame. What is the market doing? I saw that the overall time frame weekly is showing sales. It is clearly a bearish market. So why am I looking for buying? Every buy I see is going to be a pullback. Just the same way this buy has started, every sell you see is going to be a pullback. So if you are selling, you're only selling for a short trade. When it was selling from 108 million, 1,088,000, when it was selling from this point, I knew that every buy it was doing was a pullback. That's why I was telling you that Deriv kicked people out in the buys. Wherever it was buying from was not the original buy. I told you people about 2 weeks ago, last week, some people were buying. As the buy started, it has started. And yet, the next week again, there was a massive drop. Because why? I knew exactly where it was going to buy from. So every buy at that point, every buy at the seller's market is just a short trade. And every sell at the buyer's market is also very short trade. So now you should be looking for buys. Be looking for buys. Don't look for sell. Now it has started buying. So be looking for buys. And so when it was dropping, it was dropping from resistance. What did I do after my step 2? I go to the next time frame, H1 or H4 and the likes. Let's check it. Yeah, it was here. And what happened? I saw that there was a price action pattern. As you can see, this is double top. That's why I said you need to get my full course if you don't know all the patterns of price action. This is double top. After double top, where is your entry confirmation? At the beginning of the shoulder or at the retest or neckline? As you can see, this is a neckline. This is a neckline. If you don't know what a neckline is, you need to get my course. This is a neckline. Now, what is your entry confirmation? At the retest of a neckline. Where's the retest of a neckline? Can you see? This is the retest of a neckline. This is the retest of a neckline. Can you see? Now, if you had sold there, look at the enormous wealth you would have gotten. Look at the enormous wealth you would have gotten. You would have, this was where I sold from, that I made about $3,500 plus. It's dropped from here to where it is currently buying from. Come on, if you are getting value from this call, please put a comment in the chat box. Put a comment in the chat box. It dropped from here to where it is currently buying from. Can you see the massive sniper? Can you see the massive sniper on H1? Look at it. Look at the wick. Can you see the sniper on H1? Look at this. Massive. So even if you had $5 and you opened a 0.001 and you sold to where it is buying from currently, you'd have at least $500 because your margin will still be full on this sniper. Can you see where it is currently selling from? Look at where it sold from. Just take a look at this. Now, look at another thing to show you. If at all you even missed that, what do? You draw your trend. You can see there's another opportunity here. A downtrend. You draw it. As you can see, this is a downtrend. And what do? Where do you sell? You look for sell. You sell from here. And when you sell from here, you can see the enormous wealth it's giving you. Now, why would you want to buy from me? Why would you want to buy? No, I told you, every buy in a seller's market is a short trade. Can you look at this? Look at it. Very short. So what you should do now is you connect your dots. After connecting your trend line, you can see that this is a downtrend. Why? Because there are two or more lower lows. So you connect it and they are parallel. After connecting it, you buy on it. You buy on the retest. Look at it. It has dropped massively. So this is another entry for a sell. I'm showing you this because this is what will happen when the buy as the buy has started. You literally see patterns, price action patterns. As this buy has started, you literally see price action patterns. You start seeing trends like this. You will start seeing trends like this, and you should make the most of it. What other trend can we spot? Let's go. Let's look for patterns. God, look at the sell. If you had sold from here, that was another massive wealth, massive drawdown you have. This is also a head and shoulder on retest or neckline, and also a downtrend, clear downtrend. If you had drawn your trend line, you see that it's a downtrend. See, two or more retests, it's a downtrend. And now the buys have started. Now I want you to employ every opportunity I've showed you right now to milk the hell out of this buy. Come to my DM and give me testimonies. I've showed you the possible next move on this volatility 75. Milk the next buy. Come to my DM and give me testimonies. You have everything available to you. Don't waste the opportunity. Don't waste what you have had. Look at this is a Confluence. This is also a Confluence. A Confluence where two signal confirmations meet. This is also a Confluence. It's a retest. A retest of this thing. This head, inverse head and shoulder. I said Confluence. It's a Confluence, and it's also an inverse head and shoulder. If you watch my full course, you know what inverse head and shoulder are. This is inverse head and shoulder, and then it buys all the way up. So now, look for buys. This is what you should take home with. Look for buys. This is an overall bullish market that it has started. Look for buys. Let me take your questions. If you have questions, let me know. I hope you all understood. If you had questions, let me know. If you have questions, let me know. If you have questions, let me know. Anyone, so we can round up. We've spent much time. Okay, what about to exit? Let me show you this. To exit the trade. You exit the trade when you start seeing bearish No, for a bullish market, you exit the trade when you start seeing bearish markets, when you start seeing bearish moves. Sometimes, and listen to me, sometimes, like now, I'm a swing trader and I love holding my trades. Sometimes, if you don't want to exit your trade and you want to swing your trade, what do? You lock your profit. You lock what? You lock your profit. If you don't want to exit your trade and you want to hold it, what do? You lock your profit. If you want to lock this profit now, what do? You put your stop loss above your entry. Now, if I don't want to, like now, I'm not closing this trade. I'm holding it. So I'm going to put my stop loss where somewhere here, or somewhere here, or somewhere below the next possible buy.
I'm not seeing your screen.
Okay. That's true. Okay, yes, you can see now. So I said, if you want to, most times I don't, I actually swing trades a lot. So I love swinging because swingers are the real money makers. That's a famous trading quote. Swingers are the real money makers. So I swing my trade a lot. So now I'm holding this trade. I'm not closing it. But now, look at this. If you want to swing and you want to lock your profit, what do? Where do you lock your profit? You lock your profits below the next possible point of entry. Remember, I told you this is the next possible area when it bounces on the trend, right? When it bounces on the trend, it's going to continue going up. If it breaks the trend, that means it's testing for further pullback. So when it tests for further pullback, it will kick me in reasonable profits. So either way, I'm not at loss. I'm even in deep profits. So my stop loss will be somewhere here, 602,000. This is where my stop loss will be, below the next possible area for another entry. That is where you exit. Below the next possible area for another entry. Now, if you don't want to swing, where do you close? For example, you bought somewhere here. You buy somewhere here. Where do you close? Let's say you buy and you hold. When you see at least 3-4 bearish candlesticks forming on the bull, what do? Even if you want to hold this thing, like now, this thing has been going on. But if you want to close, make sure you have your stop loss locked. Do not lock your profit just immediately after you enter a trade, because the market can kick you out and stomp out you. Do not lock your profit just immediately. Lock your profit when it is deep. When you can see it is very deep in trade. That's when you lock your profit. When you can see it is very deep in trade. Left to me overall, this is where I exit. So when you ask, where do I enter, where do I exit? This is my entry, this is my exit. Why? Because I am a swing trader, and swing traders are the real money makers. But for scalpers, you exit where you see possible sign of retracement. That is where you exit. How do you know there are possible sign of retracement? When you see opposite candles forming at strong momentum. When there are pullbacks are usually very weak. This is another cheat code I'm giving to you. Pullbacks are literally very weak. Why? Because they are not the ones in control, so they are weak. So when you see weak pullbacks, you still have potential to hold the trade. But when you see strong momentum pullbacks, exit that trade, because it's likely that it might kick you out. So that's when you exit. I hope I'm understood. If you understand that, please let me know. If I've answered your question, please let me know. You exit when you see possible momentum of the opposite trades. Is there any other question? Yes, it is applicable to all other indices, to every other indices. The same process, the same thing. It is applicable to all other indices. It is applicable to everything. The same process, the same strategy, the same thing I've showed you. Do not rush to enter. In fact, don't enter small trades. Enter origin trades. They are the most profitable, to give you enormous amount of money that trading day to day might not give you. See that guy that posted in the group now. He might have literally waited for at least 2 months to make that kind of money. And now He has made more than $1,500. What is the best time to trade volatility? Anytime is the best time. Every day of the week. Anytime is the best time to trade. Majorly in the morning, though. In the morning, but anytime is actually the best time. But majorly in the morning, it moves very well in the morning. But anytime is also very good. The market moves anytime. It moves anytime, but it's also sweeter in the morning. The same thing with 75S, the same thing. It's also very good. Now, on Volatility 75S, you should also look for sales. The market is dropping massively and to continue dropping. If you have big accounts, sell it now and hold it till next week. But if you don't have big accounts, just wait for setup. I'll post the setup in the group soon. It's also a good thing. It's a good indices to grow your account, like my partner said yesterday. So any other question? Any other question? I spent an hour plus. Any other question? Any other question? All right. I see we've answered all questions. How do you hold the manipulations and how do you hold the manipulation? Okay. Let me show you this. Concerning manipulations, where is volatility 75S? Let me show you this. Hold on. Okay. Let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. All right, look at this. Look at volatility 75S. Pay close attention to this. Let me show you what a manipulation looks like and a confluence. Pay close attention to this. Pay close attention to this. Okay. Pay close attention to this. Hold on. Where is it? Don't to forget it. Okay, yes, this is it. Okay. I'm giving you an example of a manipulation that happened on 75S some weeks ago. Okay, clearly you can see this is a trend, right? I hope everybody can see my chart. You can see this is a trend. Now look at this. Let's go to each one so it will be clearer. This is clearly a trend. Because why? It has respected it twice. 1, 2. 1, 2. Also here, 1, 2, 1, 2. So this is a trend. You all agree with me that this is a trend. Now, a trend is parallel and it connects two dots. Now, what happened here? Let me show you what the manipulation looks like. This is an example of a manipulation. Now, ordinarily, when price got here, you know that it was a sell, right? When price got here, you know that it was a sell. When price got here, you know it's a sell. You know it's a sell, right? Yes. You know it's a sell, right? And now price got here. It didn't last. Those who rushed to sell at this point, it would have kicked them out. So it went back up. And then instead of it to drop at that our trend line point, instead of it to drop from here, let me remove this box. Instead of it to drop from the trend line point as it did with others, what happened? It broke it. As you can see the wick, it broke it. It broke it here. So those who have hurried to sell, this is H1 time frame. It is very powerful. If you check M5 and M15, it is long, or they are long candles. Ordinarily, someone would think it's going to buy and continue buying, but it broke it and we tested on it as if it was going to buy. Let's go to M15. Where's my M15? Let's check how it is on M15. Yes, look at it. Look at this. Look at it from here. It broke it and we tested as if it was going to buy. Look at it. Look at what it did here. It broke it. We tested as if it was going to buy. So a lot of people would have started buying from here. Look at my arrow closely, please. A lot of people would have started buying from here that, wow, it is a break and retest. So let's start buying. Let's prepare to buy. But what happened? The market shocked them. This is a pure manipulation. Now, let me show you how to know these things. Let's go back to our H1. Hold on. Now, look at this. Let me delete these arrows. I don't want too much arrows here. Why did the market break out here? Why did he have to do that? Why do they have to blow it? Let me be factual with you. A lot of people blew their accounts there. And I'm telling you the absolute truth. Because they will start trading with emotions. Wow, it broke out. Let me sell. Let me buy, And then when they see the market started dropping small by small, they sell. And when they see it starts buying again as a retest, they buy. So they are restless. They are trading with their emotion. That point of trading with their emotion at this point has burnt their account. Why did the market do this? Let me show you why. What did I tell you about the market? There is a confluence. This is a double top. And this is a neckline. And this is a neckline. This is exactly why the market did that. This is exactly why the market did that. This is exactly, let me delete these arrows so they don't confuse you. This is exactly why the market did that. Can you see? So the market had kicked a lot of people out when they were expecting a sell at the beginning of their trend, and it did not happen. And so they went to buy. As a matter of fact, some of them sold and left it, but their account size did not carry it. So they sold and they kept holding. And they kept holding. And as they were holding, the market had already kicked them out. It has burnt their account, margin call. And immediately the market kicked them out. That's when it started dropping. That is a manipulation. It has happened to a lot of you, and I'm sure you can admit to that. Immediately you keep holding, and then when immediately you finish, you stop holding and the market burns your account. The massive drop happens, as you can see. And you'll be shocked that why did this happen? Why are they manipulating the trade so much? You forget that there is a confluence. A confluence is where two signal confirmations meet. And Deriv is justified for that. So how do you trade manipulations? Number one, once you see that price has broken your supposed area, your markup, don't rush to enter again and say, what's it? Relax and check for confluences. Check for another. I hope you're writing this down. Once you have seen that price has broken your markup and it's almost impossible for it not to drop or for it not to obey your markup, still believe that markup. But as you are believing that your markup, check for confluences. Is there any other price action behavior pattern or any other thing that price wants to respond to before it continues my markup? Check for that. And once you see that, we gave the call that day to those that were in the masterclass, because this signal, we actually gave the sell signal to those that were in the masterclass that time. This was around July, mid-July. And what was our signal confirmation? Our signal confirmation was the beginning of the sale. the retest of the sell. Where did we sell from? This is where we sell from. When price retest the trend line. As you can see, price retested this particular trend line. It broke downwards, retested the trend line, and continued dropping massively. And so in fact, this particular trade gave about $500 downwards, and we milked the hell out of it. Can you see? So can you see how big these bullish candles are? It looks small on H1, but can you see how can you see how big the bullish candles are? So those that plan to hold, they've had blown their accounts massively. Those that tried to hold, blown their account, and immediately it blew their account. It's now started dropping massively. That thing can get people mad and frustrated. That's why I'm showing you what manipulations are and how to trade it. Do not rush when you see that it has broken your markup. Instead, check for confluences, check for possible markups that it has created separately. Because Deriv they know what the general traders are going to do. They know the intention of general traders, general retail traders. They know that general retail traders can buy a particular indices or sell a particular. So they create confluences. They have hidden markups, hidden price action behaviors that they use to justify their manipulations. These hidden price action behaviors justify their manipulations. That's why you need to understand what I'm telling you. So a lot of people will have blown their accounts, but those that were with us this period, they knew exactly what to do because I told them to relax, and we gave the signal at the proper time, and they all won. If you want to understand deeply what manipulations are, I broke every single thing down in my full course. It is heavy. That course is really, really heavy and loaded. Most of my students have watched that course and they are winning. Some even have signal channels right now. That's why I want you to obey this. This is beyond robot and strategies, and this is what you should know deep down inside of you. No robot will tell you that there's a manipulation coming. This is what you should know deep down inside. So when we say trading is deep down, it gets to your emotion, your subconscious. We know what we are saying. This is exactly what you should know. I hope you understand now what I mean by manipulations. Please, if you understand, let me know in the chat box. Yes, this can trade any indices at all. It's the same thing. It happens on all indices. It can trade any indices. It can trade any indices. It can trade any indices. Currently, price has broken the trend line drawn on VIX 75. Yes, that means it's going to head to another trend or a previous resistance. I'll post update in the group. I'm even happy. It will give room for more entries. It will give room for more entries. So price is heading to the previous resistance, probably around 591,000. So you watch out for that. I'll post my screenshot of my chart in the group. Probably around 591. It might get there since it has broken that previous resistance. But we look to enter at the beginning of the new weekly. Tomorrow is the beginning of the new weekly time frame. Massive. Let's see what Volatility 75 will do. Once there is a strong bullish momentum tomorrow, all of you should just be excited. Next week will be a massive bull run. Do you hear what I said? It will be massive. Heavily massive. You should not miss. You should not miss for any reason. So I hope you all understand what I've said so far. If you have any more questions, please let me know so we can round up. We spend more than an hour. If you have any questions, please write in the chat box. Let me know. If you have any more questions, please write in the chat box. Let me know. Okay, all right then. If we'll have to end this call right now. So all of that questions, you forward it to me. Yes, he will send the recording. The recording will be uploaded. All of that questions, you send it to me as DM or in the group, and I'll attend to them. So thank you all for attending this masterclass. God bless you.